Were we in this position last time?
No.
No?
No.
You are in for a treat, because I am going to crush your own face with your own arm.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Hi folks, welcome to today's video. This intro is actually being filmed at the end, so disregard the fact that my outro and my intro I'm naked for. Today's video, I'm doing part 2, session 2 of my physical therapy, massage, rehab, chiropractic assessmentation of my bodily functioning journey. If you haven't seen the first one, check back. It's called Bodybuilder Gets Deep Tissue Massage for the first time. It did quite well. People seem to have liked it, and I'm gonna kind of like document each of my sessions to like see the progression of how I went from completely fucked up to slightly less fucked up. So let's get right into it. Hello, we made it to the Araya.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Round 2.
Round 2, if I can defrost.
Look at your face, it's a tomato, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, just ignore the hair, but in addition to like, what do you call yourself? What's your main like title? Like he's a chiropractor, you are a...
Oh, I work as a massage therapist.
Okay, so yeah, so in this one place, Araya Health Centre, they have massage therapist, and they also have a chiropractor, acupuncture, everything.
All that good stuff.
And you may look at them all as like things on their own, but in reality, like all of these things are gonna kind of like encompass like trying to maintain your health. So we're gonna go around and have a little talk with the chiropractor in terms of like what they offer when it comes to helping you with your health. Oh, hello.
How's it going?
How's it going?
Dr. Kyle McIntyre.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yeah.
It's a good white name.
It just rolls out
Yeah.
the tongue, eh?
All right, so when it comes to chiropractors, you know how they always get like a bad rap? Like, oh, they're just people who like break your body in half. Like, what exactly does a chiropractor do in terms of like practicing?
So, chiropractor will work on the joints of the body primarily. So specifically spinal joints will improve range of motion in those joints, help with healing when you get injuries to those joints, and in turn will treat the nervous system as well because the nervous system is closely related to the joints.
Have you ever done chiropractic?
No.
Why not? Are you scared?
No, not at all. I watch chiropractic videos on YouTube. I'm like, that looks interesting.
Who doesn't do that for fun?
Yeah, I never did it, but like, just because I never like took the time to like do this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I know I had some friends who did chiropractic just because like they had to, like gymnasts or something, or like sports, but I was never much into like meeting the chiropractor.
Like injury-based care versus preventative.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Yeah.
A lot of people will come in for injuries because they need to get better, but very few people will come in and be proactive with their health and actually help to prevent injuries. So,
yeah, I feel like that's not a thing. People don't do that. People don't like.
Oh, it is.
I should go to the chiropractor.
It's not the majority.
Yeah.
It's like an 80-20 split. It's 80 injury, 20.
You have to have the mindset for that, and most people are conditioned to think, be motivated by pain, react to pain, and it's not necessarily like, try to avoid pain. In the
that's
first
like
place.
that's healthcare in general. That's everything.
Yeah,
medical doctors, everything. Dentists.
I'll do it once it's too late.
Everything is well. Dentistry is pretty good because you kind of go in for like your checkups every like 9 months to keep your teeth clean instead of waiting for your teeth to rot, right? Like they used to do back in like the 1900s.
Yeah.
Trying to get that to be like how medicine and chiropractic and healthcare works.
Yeah. Well, that's the big battle, right?
Well, one of the most common questions is like, is it my joints cracking when you hear the pop? And the answer is, which is like everyone, but I know the answer, but like
I educate like at least 75% of my patients on what that is. They actually think their bones are moving or cracking, and it's just gas being released from the joint.
What does that mean, gas? For the people that don't understand, what is it?
In every joint that can pop, it's surrounded by a capsule which has fluid in it. Anytime there's an enclosed space with fluid, you get pressure buildup. And then when that pressure builds up to a certain point and you release it with a certain mechanism, you get gas release with an accompanied sound. So it's just nitrogen being released from the joint, and that's the popping sound. So no bones cracking, no bones shifting out of place. It's just affecting the joint itself.
Does that intimidate you? Those cracks?
No.
No? Do you crack your own back?
I mean, like when I was young,
you might get like pops like every now and again when you're just moving around.
Yeah.
That's kind of the.
No, I actually like that. So like you would suggest I get chiropractic, right? Or
what I suggest?
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
So I think your best approach is to tackle this from like a multidisciplinary approach, right? I can do things that I specialize in, but he can really take it to the next level with what he can offer you that I can't even touch as a practitioner, and legally I can't do it. But
yeah.
For everyone's safety, I shouldn't do that stuff.
So like, also people who are just like the average Joe also should do it.
Oh yeah,
because
everybody.
Like in my head, I'm thinking like, yeah, the average Joe is probably like
the average Joe will have different injuries.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, sitting still kind of injuries versus moving too much kind of injuries. So you get people at the opposite end of the spectrum. Either you sit and don't move enough and then you get pain, or you move too much and you injure yourself and then you get pain. So try to be in the middle somewhere, I guess.
Yeah. Moderation.
So everyone would benefit, eh?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, everybody could benefit for sure.
Yeah.
So in terms of what we're doing today, I don't actually know. He's just gonna like do the assessment thing on me again, see what's up, see what's happening, and we'll go from there.
So, like I said in last week's, was it last week? Something like that. The last video that he uploaded with the whole therapy process, we talked about looking at your body like that shoe, right? Breaking into your body. My concern for today is how I need to see your body, and I need to see how much has changed. Maybe nothing changed. Maybe your body drastically changed, but I need to see how much we broke in with that one session. And lastly, how much did you do for homework? Were you actually doing anything? Were you working out more? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How much did you do?
I did some of the stuff today. I went back and looked at the video.
Just today?
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
I didn't want to lie, but yeah, I did. In terms of like the other, like in terms of fitness and stuff, the same amount as usual.
Yeah. Have you changed the way you work out? Have you noticed anything different? Is it the same?
Somewhat the same.
Yeah.
I was like more conscious about like, is one of the lats, you know, like.
Did you notice a discrepancy between the left and the right side?
Sometimes I would notice.
Yeah. So it's not that you're gonna notice your body changing immediately, but over time you're gonna feel small differences, such as, holy shit, my contractions are better, or I feel taller, I can breathe better. Like we talked. Like you talked about.
That's one thing I was supposed to tell you in the video. Yeah. I could breathe better after you did this stuff.
Weird, eh? Well, we opened up your ribcage, right? So that's one of the things
Yes.
people don't really realize they can do with therapy. But I mean, how long can you last without breathing?
Yeah,
Breathing's kind of important, you know what I mean?
Thing.
So yeah, we can approach it in a very similar manner for today, once again, but I need to start with that posture assessment. Yeah? Okay.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. So you stand right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that shoulder is creeping up. Okay. You look leaner this week.
Could be.
You look leaner this week. That's one difference. Shoulder still drop. This one's coming up. Any lower back pain?
Not like abnormal.
No? Any neck pain?
No.
No?
In general. Like
General
exercise.
muscle soreness.
Yeah.
Okay. Face this side. Forehead posture. Face the back wall. Oh, that's way better. So maybe you don't feel it right now.
I don't, but is that better?
Right. You remember last week I had to really
Yeah.
twist you up, right? So now check this out. That's it.
Okay.
Right? So I'm trying to see how in space and time, where does your body sit? In what alignment? How's your body resting? So last week I had to really twist up your body to get you stacked on top of your joints a little bit better. This week it's just a fraction of that. So you're gonna see as soon as we start fixing this, you're gonna get this ripple effect of your trunk feels better eventually, your knees and your hips feel better, but it all comes back to the hips. So that's why we're putting emphasis on releasing your abdomen, releasing your lower back, releasing your hips. So we can really tackle this from the core of what I think is contributing to your shoulder to be kind of hiked up and dropped. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So for today, what we're gonna do, approach it in a very similar manner. I'm gonna open up this now. So 1 and 2, okay? Okay. Any questions? No? Okay. So I'll get you in a face down position. Jeez, you feel that?
Yeah.
Shit. Does that hurt?
No, not at all.
I hope it captured that on video. So that's the stuff that tells me that your body's now willing to change. So does that shoe analogy make sense now? See, we're building off each session. So maybe your first session, your body reacts 0 to it, right? But then you come back and your body's a little bit more relaxed. It's more willing to let go. So stuff like that, when your body just starts to shift a little bit, tells me that you're more receptive to this. How do you feel?
Good. Better than last time in terms of
You can take it more.
enjoyment.
You okay? Is that sensitive?
A little bit, but not that much. It's not uncomfortable.
Okay, this is way better compared to last week.
If you say so.
Well, your body's responding better, right? That's the perspective that I'm coming from at you, is that it's I think I said it last week, but your body's either willing to let go or it's willing to let go or it's not. Your body's willing to be receptive to pressure, which means it's not Chris versus your body and we're sort of battling with you're flexing against my pressure, or it's me trying to overpower you. It's happening, and that's what we want, right? Your body receptive to the pressure, and it can start to manipulate it. I don't think we are exactly where I want you to be in terms of how willing you are. Your body seems to be. We can still improve on that aspect, but it's better than last week is what I'm saying. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's good.
So with that, that's a good thing. So with that being said, we're gonna change positions and I'm gonna get you on your side, okay?
This is comfy.
Were we in this position last time?
No.
No?
No.
You are in for a treat because I am gonna crush your own face with your own arm.
Okay.
So we're gonna try to open up your body so your shoulder keeps collapsing here. You probably have a lot of tension in your obliques pulling you down.
Probably.
Right. So you gotta reflect as to why that happened in your timeline of life, why you maybe built so much tension up here, right? Maybe you might come to the conclusion that it's a specific thing. You might not ever realize it, but you have to think about it. But for today, we're gonna try to push all this up so that the shoulder goes from being pulled. See how if I pull here, the shoulder kind of wants to come down? We're gonna try to undo that and try to encourage it to just let go and return, okay?
So is my right shoulder being pulled down, or is my left one being pulled up, or is both?
It's both.
Okay.
It's both. There's gonna be muscles. So for you, your left shoulder's hiked up, right shoulder dropped down. You likely have muscles that are pulling up as a result of you being pulled down in the opposite side.
Okay.
So look at it like a seesaw.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When the right side drops, the left side has to come up, right? So I think that should give you a good visual. So we want to address both sides of your body, but we're going to be addressing it with a completely different approach. So if we cut your body in half, the left and the right side gets a very different perspective in terms of how we treat your body, right? It's very different issues going on. How does that feel?
Doesn't hurt that much.
Do you feel it?
I mean, still the time before on the stomach was worse.
We still have to get to that. Gotta do round 2 for that still. Can't even get my hands inside in here. Your ribs are, your freaking waist is so small, man. Got like a freaking child's waist. And then your shoulder freaking opens up like this. That's a good thing, I guess. Inside that comments, there's a compliment.
Yeah.
You got a small waist, yeah. Do you feel that?
What's that?
We're just rolling over muscles, what it is. Sometimes when a muscle is tight, picture it like a guitar string, right? Do you play guitar?
I did, but that's kind of like what it reminds me of too.
Yeah, so the tighter the guitar string, the higher the pitch, right? So sometimes, well, that's just a visual. It's not the most accurate example, but sometimes you'll have muscles here, and if they're relaxed, you can kind of just roll over them, and it's sort of, it's a muscle that's nice and squishy. But if it's tight or if it's too stretched out, you get this like twanginess to the muscle, and that's basically what it is. It's just your mid-traps that are right there. You feel that?
That was also the spot I was going to tell you about. It's like tender.
You feel that right there?
Yeah.
Your body, like, it shifts every time we go over it.
Yeah.
So it's either a tight muscle or overstretched muscle. It's really all it is. It's nothing concerning. Okay. I'm gonna get you to stand up for me. Your back is red. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking red. That's what it is. Come over here. I just want to check in. I want to see what's happening with your body. Face me. it will tell you to keep going down like this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you have to almost rewire your body to get out of that habit, because your habit will keep pushing you down that way. But physically, you're better. You can sort of correct your position.
Yeah, this side feels looser now. Like this one feels like tight still, but yeah.
But do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is relieved. That tension that's pulling you down, doing that sort of that side bent position, that's been relieved, and I can see it because your ribs are opened up. Your shoulders are sitting straight now. That habit will keep tossing you back down, so you have to be mindful of it. And that's where self-care comes in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go wash my hands, I'll be back.
Sounds good.
So, let me get comfy. So, I was just telling him that there is a method to this madness, and what this means is that I'm gonna get a little bit technical, so let me know if I lose you in any of this, okay? So, check this out. Our bodies have 3 planes of movement. Do you know what that means? Okay.
Transverse.
Oh, you got it. Yeah. So we can move front and back, we can move side to side, or we can twist our bodies. Okay? Here's the issue. In our culture, in North America specifically, we do a lot of shit that just has us moving front and backwards. We wake up, sit up straight, go to the washroom, we get into our car, we sit at work, we go to the gym, and we do sagittal plane movements, deadlifts, bench press, squats, bicep curls, rowing. That's all in this plane, forward and back. The issue that comes up is that when we just condition the sagittal plane, this is the issue. Our body starts to collapse under this pressure that we have building up towards the front of our body. And then our body's attempts to compensate, so you've heard of that word before, compensation. When our bodies compress under this sagittal plane tension, our body starts to do this. It'll start to twist to compensate, to give us more range of motion. So sometimes you see knees that are supposed to be sitting straight, they're twisted and they're bent. You see people that should be standing up straight, like this guy, should be up straight, but he's collapsing and he's turning, he's bent, his body's being compressed under this tension. There is a method to this madness, to what we're doing. We can't just push a shoulder up if it's being dropped. We can't just pick it up like this. Our bodies are so tight in the sagittal plane because of our culture, because of what we do throughout the day, that we have to first understand that we have to open up your body in the sagittal plane, which is, what did we do last week? We opened up, opened up the abdomen, opened up the chest. We did some neck work. That is my attempts at opening up the sagittal plane. And once we open that up, everything else seems to fall into its position like it should. Today you showed up, your body's significantly better. It's responding, it's willing to let my pressure enter your body. So it's not necessarily Chris, the therapist, versus your nervous system, versus your muscle, because you're flexing. And you did some of that, but it wasn't as bad as last week. So the strategy, the theory's working at this point. Open up the sagittal plane, like we should, and we're now correcting that sort of that tilt of that shoulder. And we're only in session number 2, and he hasn't really done his homework. So we're kind of doing this at a suboptimal performance. We're kind of giving some effort into how effective we are with this approach, but it's working so far. And I think a lot of you watching this would benefit from this, because a lot of us, we fall victim into our culture and how our culture breeds our bodies to develop. So this is where this approach comes in, and this is how I can help him change up how he trains to make his body a little bit more even in terms of how it's stacked on top of each other. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
No? Did I lose you?
No, it makes perfect sense, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I tell my clients. It's therapy that makes sense. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
And that's it for me.
It makes sense to do it.
So I'm going to send you the clip. I'm going to try to draw the lines, the lines in the picture, so that you can see the difference in how his body's changing from session 1 to session 2, and how his shoulders picking up and how his body's just naturally aligning itself, because we're encouraging it to move in very specific directions. Okay? So I'll send you that and you can post it and you can see for yourself.
Look forward to it.
Done. See you next week. Round 3.
Hey folks, welcome back to this Rule of Thirds composition outro. Just want to kind of give a rundown of my session today. One of the biggest things that I noticed from like doing this is as soon as like I get any sort of like work done on my ribs / abs / obliques, I can breathe a lot better. And this is what I noticed last time, which is like when you start to like open up the tight muscles that like surround your abdominal cavity and like your ribs, you can really start to like exhale and inhale more, because you're not restricted by like tightness on your rib cage. So that's one of the main things that I would suggest you guys get checked up on in terms of that. If you have any breathing problems, if you have asthma, if you have like anxiety, maybe that's why. Probably helps with the anxiety. But yeah, I definitely recommend that. And because I got actually like some good effects from this, I went ahead and I got a voucher for you guys for a free session that I'm gonna give to one of you guys. I'm gonna do a giveaway because I believe that like you can walk in, athlete, regular Joe, Olympian, elderly person, just all of the people that exist in life, you all need and can benefit from some sort of like assessment slash physical therapy. Even if you don't like have any injuries, it's better to be proactive than like whatever the other word is where it's like reactive. I guess it's reactive, proactive versus reactive. Do it before you have an issue instead of doing it after you're already issued up. So yeah, tune in on the Instagrams sometime in the next 1 to 2 weeks, probably 1 week. I'm gonna make a giveaway post. Helps if you live in Toronto. If you live in Australia and you wanna win a free session and come to Canada to do it, be my guest. But if you can't logically come and get your free session, just, yeah. But check them out anyways. Their Instagram is right here. And that's all for today. If you liked the video, maybe check out some of his stuff on Instagram. Does a lot of good like informative stuff in terms of like injury prevention and just bodily mobility, functionality, all that itality stuffs that we got to deal with our body. So thanks for watching, folks. I'm gonna go and do the homework that he told me to do, and I will see you guys in the next video. Yeah, trying to think of some cute little outro, but I guess we'll just point to the ostrich here, say what's up. What's up?
Hello, I'm an ostrich.
And peace, love, and tranquility.